Once upon a time, an old man wandered the stone streets of Athens. He was simply dressed, with a plain face. He carried no book, but he had questions. He would ask everyone he encountered one question. "Who are you?" This man was Sokrates, and he had discovered man's greatest duty, to question himself. According to Socrates, the most dangerous state of man was not ignorance, but the ignorance of what he didn't know. Because he who doesn't know what he doesn't know also refuses to question. Yet questioning is synonymous with consciousness, with living. We are born, we grow, we work, we love. But do we ever stop to ask ourselves, why am I doing all this? Is the life I'm living truly mine? The words Socrates uttered in the courtroom on that day of his trial have transcended the ages. An unexamined life is not worth living. It was a challenge. Because questioning one's own life requires being honest with oneself, and honesty often lies where comfort ends. Today everything is so fast. Even before a thought is fully formed, a new one arrives. Social media, advertisements, the news, a constant call to live, consume, move on. But no one says stop. We've forgotten how to stop, think, feel, and question. Yet questioning is a form of rebellion, a silent rebellion against oneself, society, and habits. Because asking why loosens the chains. And perhaps this is precisely what makes a person human, the power to look at one's own life from the outside. Questioning isn't always about finding answers. Sometimes it's simply about remaining in the question. But that question keeps you alive. It takes you one step deeper, one layer deeper. Even when Socrates was sentenced to death, he didn't remain silent. He questioned his death as much as his life. And even as he drank the hemlock, he smiled wisely. For he knew a person can live without thinking, but only by questioning does one become human. Today, the same task lies before us all. Perhaps we are not in the age of Socrates, but we are facing the same test. We must ask ourselves, is the life I live truly worth living? Or am I just a bit player in someone else's story? The answer is not easy, but the search itself is meaning. Because questioning is not just thinking, it is touching life, consciousness, and freedom. And perhaps we will finally realize this. Life hurts through questioning, but it also deepens. It is easy to remain on the surface, but those who delve deep truly live.